So I'm an artist and I wanted to create stuff. What kind of stuff, you ask? Good question. Anyways, before I can create the stuff, I needed a world, a place where the stuff comes from. And I guess this is where we start. Welcome to the Bronze Quest. I am Pison the Seventh, and this is the world that I'm creating. I wanted to create a world that was based loosely in the Bronze Age, full on fantasy, a lot of mythology, a lot of lore. And I think bronze, in terms of the state of currency, in terms of the rareness of metal, at this point in time, I think I probably know maybe 23% more than you do. But this is the world that I want to start creating. There's a lot of ideas that I have, and I look forward to just unraveling them and finding out more about them as we go along. I've got a map of what I want the world to look like. For today, I wanted to start off with just designing what the regular villager would look like. You know, what the average Joe from who knows what race. I just want to design what they could look like, just some early concepts. I'm not going to start with maybe what are the main characters could look like. I'm not even going to start with the kings or the monsters or whatever, just regular everyday villagers. I think that's a good place to start with conceptualizing and designing, just to see where the visual language is hitting. And then in the next ones, we might continue with the design. You might choose one of the characters and do like a full dive on them. We might do a painting, we might do 3D sculpt, but each series will be going into one aspect and fully developing it. But to start off with, I'm just going to do some rough concept designs. Okay, let me move myself to the side. Okay, I just spread these guys out so you can get a good rough idea of where or what kind of people are in this world. Okay, so this is just to give you a rough idea of what some of the regular people in this world look like. So they're not all exactly human, but they're all humanoid. So there's going to be some interesting stories that develop here. Different kingdoms clashing, different ideas clashing, different ways of living clashing. Because to the most part, a lot of the races that are similar tend to stick to each other. They are friendly towards each other, but there is very minimal intermingling or interspecies relations going on. Not to say that there isn't, but there's very minimal, and most tend to keep themselves, keep to their ways, how they live their lives in a nice, cordial manner. We will explore more. We will explore how everything evolves. I feel like I'm missing one. There we go. Let's put him there. So this is like some of the different races you'll see, but all of these are just really regular villagers, regular characters that you would come across as you traverse through the world, going into the different provinces, and getting to know the land itself. So these are the characters you will find in this world. Okay, so in the next one, what we will do is we'll take one of these characters and we'll do a full design of them, and then we'll take that design and we'll put it into a sculpting software and we'll make that character come to life. And that's how we'll go through the series. We might look at the clothing of that character in the video afterwards. We might look at some of the tools they use, but each video will be giving you more in terms of what the world is like, people in the world, how they live, how they think. You get to know what really makes them tick and how they became the people that they became. Okay, this is Pison the 7th. Thank you for being here. I will see you in the next one.